Hey, what's up? This is Share Beer 355, and welcome to another show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today's show, we will more than likely discuss the big game, the Super Bowl 50, our opinions on it, what we thought of it, halftime show, pregame show, national anthem. Of course, we will discuss our beers that we are partaking of or not, our beverages that we are having, and our opinions and such as, so forth on that. And which way do you like your toilet paper?
I got both ways.
So we have Mark and, as someone said, the legendary Bum in-house. He makes his presence. He has gone through extraordinary measures to be here today. So
That's good. I appreciate it.
So say hi, Bum. He's making his second presence on the show, Mark. He actually waited strategically till you left, and I mean almost to the second, jumped in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was last Monday, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because you were gone probably 30 seconds, and then all of a sudden, boop, here comes Bum.
I had my finger on the button waiting for you to leave.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
Yeah, him and Barrick jumped in. That was funny. Yeah.
I had
No, that was
on
Dave.
that day. I don't know what was wrong.
We had Dave, too.
Yeah, was Barrick on last week? I don't think so.
Well, pre-show.
Oh, pre-show.
Yeah,
Okay.
he did pre-show, yeah. Yeah.
No, the only reason I got on after you left, Mark, was because I thought Joe was going to be possibly stuck on by himself.
Oh.
And,
well, you should
I
go, Joe.
thought-
I know he could talk to himself for hours.
Yeah, Mark knows
Well,
me better than that, yeah.
And he'll win the argument, too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you get to see the discussion and then the breakup. The breakup is really intense.
Yeah.
You know, the disagreements, so you get to see the falling apart, but it's the makeup that's something else. Yeah, baby. Yeah, it's when me, myself, and I come together, baby. So, how's it going, Bum? How you doing, man?
It's going good. Waiting for you to ask for the first time ever, what am I drinking?
Exactly. We'll hold that for a second. And how you doing, Mark?
I'm doing well. I'm waiting for you, too. Just ask me what I'm drinking. I'm ready. You already know what I'm eating with it.
Yeah, I already know what Mark's eating.
With dinner, so.
And my pre-show meal was pizza, cold pizza.
Not bad.
Cold pepperoni pizza with extra cheese. So, Bum, what are you drinking?
Okay, well, I'm not, despite my shirt, drinking a Rolling Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Although what I have isn't really that much better. Mark, you mentioned many, many months ago Narragansett Brewing in Rhode Island.
Yep. You got one.
Still around.
Okay.
And I couldn't resist this today. This is Allie's Donuts Double Chocolate Porter.
Wow.
Okay.
And against my better judgment, I bought a six-pack. For one, it's Narragansett, and two, because we all know that any beer that has the name donut in the name usually sucks.
Yeah, that's true. One particular voodoo donut.
Oh.
Yeah, from Rogue.
Yeah.
You know what? I must say this is nothing to write home about, but it's way better than any of those Rogue voodoo donut beers. Oh yeah. This is actually, for something from Narragansett, it's not bad. It's a thin porter. It's very thin and watery, but it doesn't taste bad.
Okay.
Good. I will drink the six-pack with ease without pulling a face, but I probably wouldn't buy it again.
Yeah. Okay.
It was worth a shot buying it.
Okay,
So
cool.
that's what I'm having. The good stuff comes in a few minutes.
Okay.
That's Bum's first beer. Let me put that in here and share that with everybody in the. I'm gonna try to keep up with some of this stuff. I've been getting requests and stuff, so let me try to keep up with that a little bit. And then let me share the screen here and show people what the reviews are on that beer. It gets an 83 out of 31 reviews. Rhode Island beer, 5.5%.
Uh-huh.
No score from the bros.
Yeah.
It's got a cool label at least.
Mm-hmm.
Nice looking can.
Yeah, it is
Nice.
nice can. Lots of ink on that can.
Lots of actually lots of ink on that can. Well, kind of, yeah, three, four colors, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got the red, of course, the white that the can probably already comes in, and then a brown and some black.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's but it's not much to speak of then, huh, Bum?
Good, but not great.
Good, but not great. Yeah.
And I'm not very good with the tasting, verbal tasting notes. I might be. Is it Dave that just says it's good?
Yeah.
Is that Dave? I'm about at that level. Maybe a little bit better than that, but I'm not very good with the tasting notes. I'm not getting notes of pine nuts and baker's chocolate with this.
What kind of yeast were the donuts made with that were in the portal? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
Is it European or an American yeast?
Yes.
It doesn't say on the.
Oh, damn.
Now I had with my cold pizza that I had Cholula hot sauce. And they use I don't think they use any yeast.
Okay, no yeast.
Yeah. No, I don't. If they do, that'd be very interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah. You don't want Cholula with yeast. That wouldn't be good.
Cholula with, yeah,
No.
last time I tried that, it didn't work out too good.
Yeah.
So, Mark, what are you having?
I am having a specialty beer from Monday Night Brewing here in Atlanta. It is called, what is it now? It is the Drafty Kilt, which is their Scotch ale, but it's the Cinnamon Cocoa Drafty Kilt. The Drafty Kilt is their beer. I mean, that's the beer that kind of made them famous, is their Scotch ale. But they added cinnamon and cocoa to this. It is, I think, 5.5% ABV. No, 7.2. It's a big beer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
7.2.
And I thought this would go good with the bacon that I'm having. Bacon, cinnamon, and cocoa.
Mark was teasing us with his bacon pre-show.
Yeah.
But
there it is. That's a nice. I mean, it looks the same as the regular Drafty Kilt. Nice Scotch ale.
We cannot tell you what he was doing with that bacon pre-show because you have to be in pre-show to see what happens in the show.
There's some bacon. This is Costco bacon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And beer.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it goes together really well. This beer definitely has you really get the cinnamon on this. This is more cinnamon than cocoa, but you can get the cocoa. But then it's got that Drafty Kilt has a little bit of a smoky component to it as well, so it all combines really well.
I dare you to dunk.
Oh, okay. I can do that. All right, here we go. Bacon dunking into the Drafty Kilt. Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, I bet, man. Are you kidding me? What doesn't bacon go with,
Bacon goes with everything.
I mean, come on. So we have here no score. 10 reviews, waiting 10 reviews. No score from the BA or the Bros.
I guess they got to score it.
7.2. There's some reviews here, but they just haven't been, I guess, be looked over yet or something approved.
How many reviews is it?
I'm showing 3 here. It says that there's awaiting 10 reviews.
Yeah, they don't do anything until
it hits 10.
Yeah.
So, well, I'll just read the first one here. 12-ounce bottle, Hop City, Atlanta, Georgia. Pours a rich burgundy tinged mahogany, dark but transparent. A finger and a half dense head. Inviting aromas of cinnamon and cocoa virtually leap from the glass to greet my nose. Very well put. I like that. Flavors of cinnamon, caramel, airy chocolate, toast, and hints of alcohol.
Yep. Spike, they call it an herb beer. So I haven't rated any beer on Beer Advocate in like a year and a half.
That's better than me. I don't think I ever have.
Maybe it's even longer than that. So okay, still remembered my login. Let's log in and see what I got.
I have an account. I just don't. I've had
an account. I've done. Well, I've done 66 beers over. I joined Beer Advocate. I don't know when it was, like 2009 maybe.
Yeah, it took me a while to join. I don't know why it did. I forget now, but it did take me a while to join. So let me put in here Mark's beer. And we'll put the name.
I'm gonna give it a 4 on the look. The smell. I like that.
I really prefer, and I know that when I'm online like this here, that I'll go to BA to check anything out. But actually, most of the time, I'm on what's that app we like?
Untapped.
Untapped. Yeah, most of the time that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, I mean I love Untapped. I think it's such a cool app.
If I would get around to joining any of the sites beer related, it would probably be Untapped.
Yeah,
that looks like the neatest one.
Yeah, they do a good job.
Yeah, they do a good job. And what did we read not too long ago? They're actually making it full time. Like they were just doing that part time.
Yep.
And now they're actually taking it more serious as a real business. And so you're going to start to see a lot of improvements with Untapped, which is amazing because I thought it was great before. So if they were only, I just love all the different badges you can earn and stuff, and the creativeness that's in it. It just reflects craft beer.
So it's probably get me on there. The badges.
Yeah. It's just cool to earn some. Like yesterday or Sunday was the Super Bowl badge or something like that.
Well, it's interesting. Beer Advocate's still waiting for 10 reviews. Untapped has like 1,100 check-ins. So what the difference is.
Yeah. Well, the thing of it is that it's the mobile space. Like if you're on the mobile. That's where people are at. They have their phones with them. They're having a few beers. Typically, it's guys drinking by themselves at a bar anyway. You're more inclined to take a quick snapshot or just log in on your phone super fast and just check in. Hey, I'm having this beer. It's pretty good. Not bad.
Now, here's my question for you, Joe. Since I've never been on Untapped, as far as obviously there's like a quote-unquote reward system, getting the badges and stuff. Do they go on an honor system that you have actually tried these beers, or do you have to give them like an actual photograph?
No.
Just go on an honor system?
No, it is honor system. I think all of it is really, isn't it? I mean,
oh yeah.
I don't know that there's any review site that really. I mean, how would they verify it?
Yeah.
I mean, even if you took a picture, it might not be your picture. I mean, they would have to go through all kinds of rigorous, and I don't think anybody has those kind of resources.
Right.
No.
So
look at that, Mardi Gras badge.
Oh.
Yes. I missed the Super Bowl. I had beer on the Super Bowl, but I didn't log a beer.
Is today Fat Tuesday?
It is Fat Tuesday. Yep, it is Fat Tuesday.
So is that a special Fat Tuesday badge?
Beads and beers make the perfect combo.
Nice.
Cheers to another great Mardi Gras and happy Fat Tuesday.
Dude, how many weird, awkward little holidays have we been on because this show's on Tuesday? I swear to God.
Oh, yeah, there's so many. I've got
We've been on
300
Fat
badges.
Tuesday. We've been on Fat Tuesday before, huh?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Well, every year, probably. I mean,
300. I've got 302 badges. So.
yeah, how many I don't have. Man, I am not good at logging in here, and I have 93 badges.
Okay. My brother's like the badge hunter. He goes specifically through to see which badges he can get, and then he targets them. You know, so he can accumulate more badges. He has like half the beers I do, but twice as many badges, I think.
Okay, so here's let me see. Where can I make this bigger at all? Let me see. I wish I could make this bigger, but there's I'm Joe_D on beer ad. I mean Untapped.
Yep.
So I don't know how good you guys can see that, but the underscore is that line that goes on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So not the one that goes in the middle, it's the line that goes on the bottom. So you know, friend me if you'd like. You're more than welcome to. I get friend requests all the time. It's a lot of fun. It's fun to get on here, and sometimes you'll have little discussions going, little threads going, you know, whatever. But most of the time it's just checking in and other people toasting you to that beer and
seeing what your friends are drinking. And
it's really just like, because I'm in bars by myself all the time, and it's really kind of cool just to, you know, you're sitting there, you know, you'd probably be watching a ball game or whatever on TV that they have in the bar, but it's something to do, you know. And
a good thing, I mean, and if it's a unique beer, you can log it. I mean, too. I mean, it's just a good way to keep track of the. You know, I don't log every beer I drink. I try to log all the unique beers. You know, if it's a beer that I like, if it's a good beer that I have fairly often, I'll log it every once in a while. But yeah, I mean, it's a great way to keep track of the beers that you've had too. And I think I missed a few because there was a couple years I wasn't using Untapped, that I was drinking a fair amount of new beers, but oh well.
And then like I wasn't really good at logging beers.
Yeah, that's been my problem.
The reason I was asking about, you know, do you need some kind of proof that you actually tried these beers was, I know this is going to come as no surprise to either of you guys, but I do have a little bit of a record of what I have had in the past. Either I wrote it down on paper, or I actually still have the bottle. I've got bottles going back to the 1980s of ones that I've tried, and I thought, geez, I could just take a picture of the empty bottle and just post it on there. I certainly can't remember what it tasted like 30 years later, but I can. I have proof that I drank it.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
A lot of import from the 80s and into the 90s before the micros came along. Tons of imports I drank back then.
So, you know, Bum, you know, last week we had that. Did we have last week the discussion of the indie beer versus craft beer?
Yes.
And that was last week.
Yep.
Yeah. Did I get your opinion on that?
No, I got bumped off due to technical difficulties.
Yeah, I'd like to get your opinion on that real quick, since you didn't get in on that. What was your opinion on that?
You mean just as far as changing the terminology? They just wanted to just change. Is it like politically incorrect to say beer now? Yeah.
I think their argument was that. You know, since craft beer, a lot of craft beer breweries are getting bought out and by some of the big boys, that they're no longer craft beer, and you know, or what its intention was, and so they want to separate it by saying indie beer is small craft brewery now. You know what I'm saying? Like small craft beer, like they're independent.
Right. Well, we have moved on already. It's been called craft beer for years now. Remember, for a long time, it was microbrewery.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay.
Yep. That is true.
To me, it doesn't matter what it's called. Just I call it good beer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Good beer. That's a perfect term for it. And it can be anything. It can be from a big brewer or a small brewer, as long as it's good beer.
Yeah, and it's funny how fast it went away. It was literally like last 2 weeks, and that was it. You know,
Yeah.
it went as fast as it came out. But
And
yeah, I just wanted to get your opinion on it.
and you can't change the terminology or push for a bunch of people to change the term. Hey, let's change this. You know what? These things happen on their own. Whatever it's
Yeah.
going to be called, it's just going to happen on its own.
Yeah.
My opinion still remains like it just feels like someone wanting to, you know, poof their shirt a little bit and say, "Hey, I'm the one that came up with indie beer," and you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just sounds like something like that to me. Like it just sounds like more BS that macros would come up with, right?
Mm-hmm.
That the macro.
Maybe that
people
guy's
would
a
come up.
shill for the macro world. Maybe he's
Yeah.
being paid by InBev.
Yeah, he could be. Yeah. So
Who knows?
yeah, it's I just wanted to get your opinion on it since you got the big boot, man. So so we more than likely we all saw the big game, the Super Bowl 50.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with Bum 2 again, since he's second time on the show, I think. Well, lately. And so what do you think? What did you think? Let's start pre-game. What did you think about pre-game?
Joe, I hate to.
No.
No,
Are you the guy?
Rain on your parade. You're assuming I'm going to have like a articulate opinion about the game. I was kind of like Barrick. You know what? It's not that I'm not into football. I love the Steelers, but when the Steelers are eliminated from any postseason contention, my interest level just plunges. I had the game on, but I was actually not watching it most of the time. I would occasionally turn my head and watch it. I was on the computer most of the time.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Joe.
Oh wow. So did you watch like the halftime show or something? Is that?
No, you know what? I'm a different kind of dude, Joe. The stuff that interests most people, I call it the bullshit stuff. The commercials, the halftime show. I'm not into. I'm just not into it. The halftime show is always at least partially pre-recorded. To me, it's just a big showbiz, overblown showbiz spectacular, and to me, that really doesn't have anything to do with football. And unless the Steelers are in the Super Bowl. Oop.
Hey, there's Earth.
Hey, there's Earth.
What's going on?
Oh,
hey.
I thought again.
Well, I appreciate that. I can appreciate that, Bum, because not everybody can be into it, man. That's why they have those other events too. There's like 2 other main shows that show during the Super Bowl, right? It's like that puppy show or something, right? You have the dog show, right? Don't they?
Yeah, the Puppy Bowl or something, right?
Puppy Bowl.
They used to have it on MTV. MTV used to have a Beavis and Butthead Butt Bowl. A Beavis and Butthead marathon. I used to tune to that every year.
Yeah.
So yeah, not everybody. I don't see it. I don't get it. But not everybody. It's not for me to get.
Bum is a true Steelers fan, or Steelers fan, because if the Steelers aren't in there, there's no use watching.
There is a lot of people like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a football freaking nut. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but no, I get that, man. Not everybody's into.
My interest in pro sports. I'm still a fan. Still love baseball. Still love the games themselves. But my interest declines a little bit each year due to the money.
Yeah.
Due to it's just become so big, NFL especially. It's just a big money-generating monster, and it to me, it's taken a lot of the fun away from the actual gameplay itself.
Yeah, they damn sure get a lot of my money every year. I swear to God. It is awful. Don't try to understand it, make sense of it, because it's just gonna happen. Like, it's just something I have to do. You know. So, hey, let's catch up with Earth here, man. He's just jumping in. Let's find out what he's drinking, how he's doing, real quick.
Hey guys, I got a Arcadia Ales Imperial Stout.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'm not familiar with Arcadia. Where are they out of?
Me neither.
This is it's a good question.
Arcadia Stout, you called it?
Battle Creek, Michigan.
Mm.
This is 9%, 90 IBUs.
Okay.
It doesn't taste like a stout. It tastes like a black IPA.
Is that a Imperial Stout, chocolate stout? What is it?
Just says Imperial Stout, a rich and roasty royal brew.
Yeah. 90 IBUs, yeah, that's gonna be like a black IPA. I think you're right.
It's really hoppy. It's not really a stout in my opinion, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's all that matters.
Nice and black.
Yeah.
Hey, would this be the look of that label there? Does that look anything like it?
Yeah, that looks right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's just more of a modern label, that one that you have on the bottle. So it gets an 86, 276 reviews out of Michigan, Arcadia Brewing Company. Russian Imperial Stout's the style, 9% says.
Yeah.
I got it off of one of those kind of one of those male beer club things, and I decided to try it. Say why not? So
yeah,
got a couple of those to drink.
Cool.
Get rid of those.
I wonder, I've never heard of Arcadia before. Maybe it's a smaller brewer. Yeah, it would.
This is my first time having them, so I haven't heard about them either.
That's good. That's
It is available in Pennsylvania.
What was that, Bum?
I've seen it for sale in Pennsylvania, Arcadia. I've never tried
you have?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, it is available in PA.
All right.
Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You're good.
Fine. Okay, cool.
You're good.
So, Mark probably watched the game. So, what did you think, man? Pre-game and all of that.
I got a little bit of the pregame, not too much. So I can't really comment on that. The game, I was happy. My second team is the Broncos, having lived in Colorado almost as long as I've lived in Pennsylvania. So I was rooting for the Broncos. They won. It was a close game, but it was a weird game. I mean, much happened except for some defense. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm glad they won in the end. Commercials. I'm a sucker for commercials. I get mesmerized by all the goofy commercials. And the one that freaked me out the most, what was that dog monkey man thing? Oh, that thing was baby dog monkey thing.
Yeah,
that was freaky.
What did they call it? It was the funky monkey baby
monkey baby dog or something like that. Oh man,
that was a great commercial. I thought that was so hilarious. I saw that. I just cracked up. It was a Mountain Dew commercial or something, right?
Yeah, it was like some energy drink or something. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that one was great. What was it? I have to look that up. It was like
that just it had the head of a pug on the body of a monkey that was in a diaper, and that was just too much for me. I couldn't take it.
Yeah, funky monkey baby commercial is what.
Man, that was creepy. It was
lots of controversial ones this year, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. They were saying the Doritos commercial with the ultrasound was controversial. I'm like, that was funny.
How was that controversial?
I don't know because I don't know. It was like I thought that was a pretty funny commercial. I got a kick out of that one.
Now I heard that was an actual user submitted commercial. Like someone made that. Like just a person like.
Okay.
I heard that wasn't like that was made by whoever. I don't know.
Okay, some like Doritos fans submitted their commercial.
Yeah.
They won a bunch of money for doing it. Yeah.
They
cool.
probably won some money and they won the spot on the Super Bowl. you know.
And it was probably their kid in the ultrasound, and the kid's college and everything is paid for now. So I mean,
I thought it was okay. Actually, I thought the commercials kind of sucked. For the most part, there was a few of them that I thought were pretty good, but I don't know. I thought they kind of sucked overall.
I like the funny one. The guy following his daughter around when we're on the date.
Oh yeah. That was the comedian, right?
Yeah. What was his name? It was a Hyundai commercial.
Yeah. It was.
Oh, I know who it is. I can't think of his name though.
Yeah, here's that.
We're at the carnival, and he sticks his head out of the carnival.
Here's that commercial.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
See, here's that commercial. I don't think you can hear it, but. Fucking monkey baby, dude! Look at that thing.
And I guess they said it was supposed to be a spoof on all the weird commercials with the animals and everything, so they just kind of mashed them together. It was like a mashup.
This thing was great.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
He's like going back into his hole. Three awesome things.
That's been the case the last few years. Talking babies, talking animals. On the commercial every year.
Yeah, that's how they came up with it.
Look at this is kind of nuts, isn't it? This is pretty typical. You go to a website and look at all the look how small the actual article is here. It's from the main line right here. To the video, and all the rest of this is junk. Look at this.
Yep, it's all ads.
It's insane. Look at, and there's an ad that pops up in the middle of this, even in the middle of the darn article, and it's tiny. The article.
Yeah.
It's just nuts, Yeah. It's
baby.
It's the funniest thing ever. I swear.
I had a couple beers in me at that point, and I looked up and I saw the thing going across the screen. I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
That's a pug dog.
Yeah.
That's a pug dog head on a monkey body.
Right.
Baby at the I don't know that. Yeah, it was just too freaky for me. I just couldn't.
Yeah. Oh, here's a better one. Watch it. You can see this one right here. That it's just a still picture, and see there he is. So you can see him real good now.
Yeah. Oh, that's just. Oh.
And then here's one laying on the sofa. Look at that.
Hanging out.
Oh, I think this is someone that put a diaper on their pug. Is what
I
they
think
did.
so. A diaper and a monkey sweater on their pug.
Yeah,
Poor
they're
dog.
already spoofing the commercial. You know what I'm saying? Probably.
Okay.
But yeah, that was from the actual commercial right there. I thought that was hilarious. It was so unique.
Oh, it was definitely different. It got my attention. Maybe not in a completely good way, but
right. It was hilarious. So, Earth, what did you see the game? What did you think of it?
It was a pretty good game for the most part, and then Carolina just started falling apart little by little.
Yeah. Now, of course, the way the game started, you didn't want to get too excited for Denver. I was rooting for Denver the whole time. I'm not a Denver fan at all, but I just was so anti-Carolina. I respect their talent. I respect the way they were winning during the season. Of course, they had a lot of talent, but I just could not stand all that showing off. I couldn't. I just can't. I don't like it. I guess I'm part of the old school or whatever, but I don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
I remember seeing the interview of the quarterback before the game. He was talking about, you haven't seen nothing like me yet, or wait till you see what I can do or something.
Yeah.
And he didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
He just made like a fool.
Pouted and walked off, and then when the game started, Denver got off to such a hell of an immediate start that you still didn't want to get too excited, because a lot of games start like that on the first player or two, and then go south quickly for that team. So, and with Carolina's talent, you couldn't you had to hold your breath a little bit, But I mean, they never really that Denver. In hindsight, you look to 2 weeks ago, And if Denver can put a hurting on a guy like Tom Brady, yeah, I mean that if they can just completely freeze him out and make him look like an average quarterback, I mean what do we really think was going to happen with Cam Newton? I mean, he's not a Tom Brady, that's for sure.
Yep.
He probably thought he was.
Yeah.
Well, no, and he should. He really, I really don't blame him for being cocky. I mean, they all are. They should. It's what you really kind of want in a quarter. I mean, in any pro football player, right? They ought to be full of themselves. They ought to know that they're talented and that they can crush you. You know what I'm saying? They should have that attitude. I mean, they're in some of the best. I would kill to be in that kind of shape. I just don't want to work that hard. That's why I'm not a pro athlete, right?
Well, that game they had the week before, they just crushed them, and I was talking about them. Well, they probably better save some of that offense for the Super Bowl coming up, and they just kind of fell apart. They were in it the whole time. They still had they weren't getting walked on really, but.
No. And
I don't follow either team, so it doesn't really matter to me. But
well, I am a huge fan of the game. I mean, I cannot hide it. I don't think I do hide it. But
no.
Denver had just looked so dominant. I mean, their defense was just. I mean, they're right now comparing them to all the big defensive teams that have won it. Baltimore, the '85 Bears. All those teams that were pretty dominant, and that I mean they were, man. I mean they shut down everybody. They really did. Look what they did to the Steelers. You have to look what they did to the Patriots and then Carolina. I mean they just shut down everybody. I mean it was really. Of course, defensive games don't make for the best games, and Peyton Manning actually did play pretty pathetically. I don't want to offend Zach because I know Zach is a huge Denver fan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Don't want to offend them.
No, we do not want to piss them off, that's for sure. What's his brewery's name, Mark?
Chain Reaction.
Chain Reaction.
Yeah, we do not want to offend Chain Reaction family because they are strong Denver supporters.
And Bronco flags all over the inside.
Everywhere,
He's probably brewing a Bronco orange cream ale or something right now to celebrate.
He's brewing. He was hoping that Peyton Manning would mention Chain Reaction Brewing as much as he mentioned Budweiser in the post game.
That just made me. I'm going to drink a whole lot of Budweiser.
He's probably Peyton Pale Ale brewing right now.
And I'm surprised he didn't say eat a lot of Papa John's pizza too.
Now Budweiser came out and said that they didn't pay him to do that. But they sent him something like what was it? 100 and some cases of beer. Some ridiculous for his party, for his party. But I heard, since the Super Bowl that he owns part of 2 distributors.
Probably in Tennessee or something, yeah.
So yeah, it was like, and then the kiss from Papa John's with, he
ran up and kissed him. Yeah. Well, Papa John's paid him a lot of money.
A lot of money, man.
Man.
Yeah. So even if you don't watch football, you probably have heard that this is probably, and then for this game to be number 200 for Peyton Manning, what do you think the odds are that he'll call it a career, man?
He's already told everybody in Denver in Bronco management that he's retiring. They're just not saying it. They're going to wait for everything to die down, and he'll wait a month or so and then announce it. It's done.
It's a great way to go out on top.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
why not?
Come on,
why would you come back? I mean, he's
30,
he's 30, yeah, but he's 39.
39.
He's going down. Just go out on top and play some golf,
And he's a very old 39 too. Like he really didn't have a good game. He really didn't. He played well enough to not lose the game for his team.
He played well enough to cover for the
Right.
to back up the defense a little
Right.
bit. That's all that was needed.
Yeah, because the whole game, it wasn't like you didn't feel like Carolina was one big play away from getting right back in that game.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, because like I said, I don't follow real close. Towards the end of the season, wasn't there a question whether he was even going to come back and finish out the season because of his foot?
Yeah.
He may never even play again.
Right. Yeah. I think that happened a couple times this season, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. He had what was his name? Brock, whatever that guy was.
Yeah,
he was sitting on the bench. Brock Eastler or something, whatever his name.
Yeah, what was his name? Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I got the starting quarterback. Oh, Peyton wants to come back. Okay, I guess I'll go sit on the bench.
Damn it. But
he still gets a ring, though. Come on.
He's a Super Bowl champion too. I mean,
Yeah.
he was rooting for Peyton as well. Why not?
All those guys. Even the backups have probably clauses in their contract that if the team wins a Super Bowl, they get a bonus. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's an automatic. As a matter of, they were talking. Of course, I listen to my Los Angeles talk radio every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every weekday, I listen to the podcast and download them from KFI in Los Angeles. So, but they were talking about the players from the financial aspect. All those players that got bonuses have to pay California taxes.
Yep, because they played in California.
They played in California. And that's one thing we don't think about. All these players file taxes for like 35 states. I mean, they have to file for every game that they played, in a different state.
Yeah. And most of the places have state, and then most of them are local taxes. So if you play in the city, you got to pay local tax. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know over here, like if you buy something like in Glendale, or like if you rent a car right here in my specific area, you're going to pay for that Glendale stadium. There's a stadium tax that you pay when you rent a car, when you get a hotel, anything like that. Yeah. Not so much like sales tax, but like if you're renting a car or if you're in a hotel, like you pay an extra tax for that hotel for that ballpark.
You've been in that hotel long enough. I mean, you should probably have a suite named
Yeah, not. Yeah, no doubt, huh? Yeah,
farther in right there.
Yeah.
There's people who've been here longer than me, so yeah, it's definitely interesting, that's for sure. But I thought overall it was a decent game, not a great game, but I love it because I'm a freaking nut, you know what I'm saying? But
it was a good game, but it wasn't. It was exciting, but not what people that don't watch football would think of as an exciting game.
Right. Yeah. If you like a lot of offense, it wasn't exciting. No. It for me, it was great. I love it. I love defense, so I love those type of games. I love it when a defense can just shut down an offense completely. I love good pitching in baseball. I mean, to watch a pitcher dominate. To watch a no-hitter is kind of no fun for people when you're actually at a ball game. But if you love defense, it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
So you subscribe to the Arnold Schwarzenegger, what's that game he advertises for the App Store?
Yeah.
The best defense the best offense is defense.
Defense, yeah. That was actually a decent commercial too.
Yeah,
it wasn't great, but it was decent. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. So what was that second beer you were pouring there, Earth?
This was Bozeman Brewing Hop Zone IPA.
Oh,
that was the one you posted yesterday, or?
Yes. Yeah, I got a 6-pack of it.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if you noticed, but I'm in a different area right now. So I'm visiting parrots up in Montana. So.
Oh, Montana.
Yes. So I'm coming to you from Montana right now.
That would explain the stocking cap on your head. It's probably cold up in Montana, isn't it?
I think he wears that cap
pretty
a lot
right now. It's not too bad. They
okay.
I got here. They already had like a snowstorm like a couple weeks ago, and it's melted.
Okay.
But they got forecast for another storms after Thursday or something. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. Cool.
Montana.
But it is cold. It's cool. It's colder, you know.
I think you're our second guy broadcasting from Montana.
Yeah,
I think we used to have another guy.
Jack, I think was his name. He was the bus driver. He was the school bus driver, and
yeah,
it was flew ultralights.
Jack, not John, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he used to. It was so hard for him to get beer. He used to make his own beer. That's why he made the beer.
Mm-hmm.
Was because, but he wasn't like he would just get recipes from other craft breweries, other small breweries, and just brew that. Like he wasn't like going all crazy with different hops and stuff. He was just making beer because it was the easiest way for him to get beer.
Yeah, exactly.
I went down to the local store down here, and I wasn't expecting a whole lot, but they have a pretty decent supply for what's going on up here. So I was kind of impressed. They do have some good stuff down here.
Good.
But it's got to be really beautiful. I mean, I haven't been to Montana but one time in my life. And it was really brief, and it was kind of dark. But I just picture it really beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful country up here for sure.
Yeah.
No doubt. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful.
And there's no longer no speed limit, right? That went away years and years ago.
Yeah, they have a speed limit now. Everywhere up here on the interstates seems to be around 80 miles an hour for their speed limit. So
yeah. Yep, I was just gonna say you perfect segue for me, Joe. In 98, we went up to Montana, and at that point, I think that was the last year where before the federal government forced them to name a speed limit, or they wouldn't get any highway dollars. I think is what kind of forced everybody to do a speed limit. But at that point, the signs would say on the interstate, "reasonable and prudent." So whatever the weather conditions were, you could do. So I went from Billings to Bozeman. I had a 1997 Grand Prix GTP with the straight six with the supercharger. I got up to 140 miles an hour. It was the fastest I've ever driven in any vehicle.
Nice.
Yeah, but it was reasonable and prudent. That was great. And then like the year later on that year, it went to whatever it was, 70 or 75.
I'm in that same spot you just talked about. I'm over there in Livingston, 20 miles from Bozeman.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, wow.
That's a pretty area. Oh.
Yeah.
So you're really close. You could just take a short drive and end up in Yellowstone, pretty much, right?
Yep.
It's a pretty area. Good stuff.
I was gonna Google one of those signs so other people, if you've never seen a no speed limit sign, this is what they look like. When I was in Germany, you have the Autobahn, and that's what a no speed limit sign looks like. It has the 5 lines that go through it, and that means no speed limit. And whenever you see that sign like that, I just get out of the way. I just get out of that left lane, I'm telling you. Besides that,
sign, and it looks like a burnout stripe is what it looks like.
Yeah.
There's some of the best. Here's one that's in the wild there, and that's what they look like. I mean, just get out of the way. I swear to God, it is so wild. I mean, you just see people just flat fly. It is amazing. But
I wish people would take cues from the German Autobahn over here. I think things would be a little bit smoother if they did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, real quickly on that, America does not. We bitch so much about taxes as it is, and we do not want to fund roads that are that good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you right now. It's one of the first things you notice when you leave Europe is how bad the roads are here. Not that all their roads are great, because they do have very, very old roads too. But the Autobahn, for Christ's sake,
Yeah, for sure.
You cannot compare. I mean, it is really nice. So
there you go. That's the sign I used to see outside in Montana.
nice. I like
reasonable and prudent. Truck 65, night 65, but during the day, whatever it was. Yeah. The good old days.
Yep.
That is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That is. I got a kick out of that.
So the big question is, well, so real quickly, what are you having now, Bum? Are you having the same thing? I know you were saying you were going to have something else.
Oh yeah, yeah. Joe, I think you will like what I'm having here. Got the Ballast Point Peppermint Victory at Sea.
Ooh,
the
bomber.
Well, you're actually this is a perfect show, right? Because you've got the Ballast Point guy in Montana right now. He's
yeah.
He's the one that sent me all the different versions of that beer that you've got. I didn't realize that there were so many different versions, but the peppermint sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
I saw when we were covering that a few weeks ago. I saw the listing and saw the bomber, and I love Ballast Point. I've come into the game late with them, and I'm buying everything I see from them. But this was very, very expensive, and it's good, but ain't tasting a whole lot of peppermint here.
Yeah.
You don't get
Now, how warm is it when you're having it? What do you guess the temperature is?
It's been out of the fridge since the show began.
Okay, so it should be pretty close to in the 50s, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad, but it certainly is not worth what I paid for it.
Well, what did you drop for it?
It was but keep in mind Pennsylvania here. We've talked about Pennsylvania beer prices.
Yeah.
It was $14 for the bomber.
Okay. Well. Yeah, that's more than I'm going to pay, but it's not.
Yeah, probably worth about 10.
Yeah.
Something like that would be about $10 here in Georgia.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, $9 or $10. Yeah.
I can get those for $7.99 all day.
Welcome to California, my friend. Huh?
Yeah, well, that's the birth of it. That's where it comes from. So
a lot less transport costs. I guess they just go down.
I wonder if the peppermint is fading out. I wonder if that fades pretty quick, because when I had it, it tastes like a York peppermint patty when I had it.
Yeah, so it certainly doesn't. And this is a fresh bottle. Just going by the code, which oddly enough Greg bitched about in his new Ballast Point review that he posted today about their code. This was brewed at the end of the year. It's only a couple months old. I think it's about 3 months old, 2 or 3, and not real strong on the peppermint. Good though. It's good.
Sometimes for some beers, certain things can fade around that 3-month period. Some, with some beer, and then it's a trip because you can have a beer fresh at the brewery right off the tap, and it can turn into a slightly different beer when it's bottled and then aged for even a few months, So it can really, and we talk about that all the time, like having a beer off the tap can be a totally different experience from having it later on in the bottle. And then sometimes it's a better experience in the bottle when it's had a little age to it. So, and that's why it's so important that no matter what our opinions are here, you try it yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's very important for you to try it. Get our opinion, sure, but make sure you try it because you have a different palate, you have a different like and dislike, and so, but it is something to go by. We have Adam in the Q&A, and he says, do you know Ballast Point also makes liquor? And he gives a link, basically ballastpoint.com /spirit.
Yeah, they make their, that's what they make that cheesecake from, is that Boku vodka spirit that they make.
Oh, vodka.
When I was telling you about.
Mm-hmm.
I love a good vodka. So do they have a few different vodkas or just one?
I think they do have like 3 or 4 different iterations of it, like a different spiced and regular, and maybe like a peanut or something.
That's interesting.
Right.
That's interesting that they have vodka. You typically it's a whiskey, and we know those things are in the same family. So it's kind of that's a trip that they do an actual vodka.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to get to the important question here. We'll start with Bum, since So do you with your toilet paper, are you an over guy or an under guy?
I have been waiting for this question even with more anticipation than what are you drinking right now?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess. I'm going to say you're an over guy.
Yeah. Let's take a guess first. Let's.
He's nodding his head. He's an under guy.
Okay, here's a question for you guys. What's the over-under on whether I'm an over?
That's the question.
You guys guessed right. I'm an over. If I accidentally put it on under, or if I have any visitors to the house and they put it on under, it immediately gets fixed.
Yeah. Now the question is, why do you like over, under?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
These are hard-hitting questions here.
These are, man.
This is a deep question.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It all goes back to when I was about 3 years old. Do we have enough time to cover this?
Yeah,
oh yeah, we got time. Yeah.
No. I don't know. Honestly, don't have a.
My sponsors pressure me a lot, but we'll make time. Time.
You know what? I think more than anything else, it's just habit.
Acquiring minds. Oh.
Yeah. Quick answer: habit.
So Earth, over or under guy?
He's never thought about this before. It's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
He's got better things to think about than other things, just toilet paper. So he's a better man than us.
The most important factor for me is to take it out of the holder and place it in my hand. That's the
we didn't even. Yeah, you do have the guy that likes to I guess even still that would have to be an over or an under, even in a handhold situation.
Yeah.
Because at some point,
I guess it would be an under. I guess.
Oh, he's an under.
The yo-yo effect.
Right.
Yeah, okay, yeah, cause so he's ripping it off like this here, so it's okay. And Mark, over or under?
Oh, I'm definitely over, and I'll tell you, I had a revelation this morning. The bathroom
That's
at
the
work.
proper way too. I already know it.
Yeah, the bathroom at work. 99% of the time it's over, but I think they have somebody else that was putting in new toilet paper because for the last 4 days it was an under. And I was pissed because the whole deal for me with over, think about it. If the paper's coming like over, it's easier to tear on the edge.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, they put it under. This is tough to tear.
I think that's it. Yeah.
So for me, it's kind of a convenience thing. If it's over, it's easier to tear.
It's easier to see. You see it. It's right there. You're not like fishing for it.
You don't have to hunt for it. Because I was like spinning the reel. I was like, well, where the hell is this toilet paper? It's spinning around. I was like, well, if it's over, gravity does its job.
Yeah, and then in a guest situation like Bum was talking about, you can make the nice V in the front, make it look presentable. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all presentation thing.
No, I always when we have guests, I always put in new toilet paper with the new roll, so they don't change it because that way I can set it up as an over situation. No, I don't do the little V. I just do it over because it's so much.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who rips it out of the holder. It doesn't matter which way.
Well, if you come visit Earth, I'll just put a roll of toilet paper on the floor, and then you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
Vertical
I think
roll.
Mark hit the nail on the head. It's actually, when it's over, it's a couple inches closer to you.
Yeah, it's easier to tear. I mean, it's all about the convenience.
I love the way Mark described that, right? Because it's one of those little things, you know what I'm saying? And you, it's a secret thing, right? You just keep it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't, you know, no one talks about it, right? Except for here on Share a Beer.
Yeah.
But it is one of those things. It's kind of like, you know, if you're an over or under person and you see it the other way, you're like, I swear to God, these son of a bitches, they have no class.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's saying that to myself the last 3 days. And today, I went in, and it was over, and I'm like, oh, it's over again.
Yeah.
Everything is right. The universe is right. You know, everything is right with the world.
If I'm not mistaken, guys, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Archie Bunker and Meathead actually had this argument on the show about 40 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, really?
I can believe that.
Yeah. I believe that was in one of the episodes.
And I bet you Archie was over and Meathead was an under.
Can't remember.
Yeah.
That would
I did
probably...
see a post, though, where it did say that over was the proper way.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, no, over.
That was the official way it was designed to be, was over.
At least I was taught that in the military. The military will show you every aspect of life. There's a right way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because in the military is the old, you know, the Army. I was in the Army. That's the oldest, you know, thing in this country, right? As far as like any sort of business standard or anything. And yeah, that was the way it was supposed to be. Was over with the nice little V at the front. So yeah, it's you know, there was a proper way to roll your socks, I mean, everything, you name it.
No,
I mean,
there is a Wikipedia page on toilet paper. There's an over orientation and an under orientation.
Is there really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a protocol for everything.
You gotta show that. That is great.
I'm going to share that because
is it different from country to country?
I don't know. I haven't read the Wikipedia. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah. So, see, even looking at that picture drives me nuts.
Yep. Solution for using separate dispensers. With many people consider this topic unimportant, some hold strong opinions on the matter.
It's one of those things, like the second you hear about it, everybody has an opinion on it, right?
There you go. Ann Lander said it was the most responded to and controversial issue in her column's history.
Yeah. You think about it.
I love how they have the explanatory pictures on the Wikipedia page.
When you first are seriously in a living together moment with your significant other, what is one of the things you will first argue about?
Toilet paper.
Right?
And the seat being up. And the seat.
And the seat, yeah.
The toilet paper and the seat being up, right? It's like, dude, why are you putting, right, the toilet paper under? Swear to God, it's supposed to be over. And they're like, no, it's supposed to be under. You know what I'm saying? That's like, no, see, we're not going to get along. I swear to God, that's why we don't get along. You know what I'm saying?
So there you go. Arguments for over or under.
And Joe, I think you have your show title.
There we go. Potential show title.
Yeah. How do you? I'm telling you, that's why I started it in the show. It's like, you know, how do you like your toilet paper?
Thanks a lot, Joe.
I'm just going to say Wikipedia goes way too much into detail on the over-under argument, but you know, you can tell lots of people have contributed to this.
Oh, what's those stats? What is that? Age and sex. What is that? What is that?
Oh, let me go. Yeah, survey preferences.
By age and sex. Look at that. Yeah. That is great.
The average male, 69%. Roll the paper over. So 69% of males, 67% of females. But it changes. Males are in their prime in like 35 to 44 with the over. Females are like early, yeah. Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I've
Mike,
got a quick
when
statistic
was
for
this
work
survey
tomorrow.
taken?
I don't know. We have to cite the. Let's click on the. It's parentheses. 1989. 1989. Page 34.
Yeah.
Howards and Seinrod.
That's great.
It's great, isn't it?
That is great.
The internet is a fantastic thing.
That's exactly what it's used for. That's exactly what it's needed for, is to answer that question, right? Because that's what's going to happen.
Okay, there you go. Here we go. Personality types. Therapist and Cottonelle consultant offers her theories on character traits. If you roll over, you like taking charge, crave organization, are likely to overachieve. If you roll under, you're laid back, dependable, and seek relationships and strong foundation. You don't care. As long as it's there, you aim to minimize conflict, value flexibility, and like putting yourself in situations. That's great.
That is great. I swear, right? That is great.
Funny. Yeah.
That is awesome. I love
how
that.
does that apply to beer? Well, you know.
After so many beers.
Over under. I mean, it could be a big. And if you're used to one way or the other, and it's the opposite after you've had a bunch of beers,
yes,
it could not be good.
Yes, because typically when you have a lot of beers, you're going to have a lot of pizza or wings, or in some people's cases, they like to have snails. All that stuff has to go somewhere.
Ooh. Looks like he's having himself a porter there.
That's hilarious.
Yep, Founders.
Well, thank you, Adam, for showing up in the Q&A. I appreciate it. We'll get to questions like that in another show. We've covered that several times, but we definitely will get to that again in another show. I appreciate it. Earth, thank you for showing up, man. Appreciate it, all the way from Montana. Bum, thank you for. He has a very intricate setup now going on. Very technical. Very technical. He has a mirror and kitchen utensils and different things happening there to make that happen. Mark, as always, man, thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. And we had a lot of viewers tonight, so
that's good. What's that mean, like 3?
Yeah, we got up in double digits, man. That's 0-3. Yeah.
Cool.
They were trying to find over-under percentages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we are still the #1 search for what was it, Mark?
Slug embryos.
Slug embryos, yes.
Yeah, slug embryos, yes, we are.
We are the #1 search for slug embryos, man. So, and of course, Rita Nation and Bananas. We are.
Yep.
I mean, it's off the charts for that stuff. Off the charts. So, thank you guys. Appreciate it, man. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, you bum. Earth, take care.
See you later, Mark.
All right, bye.